For as long as technology has allowed it, MOBA games have been designed with open worlds. Rather than limit players to set paths across multiple levels, open world games present themselves as playgrounds, filled with secrets to discover, quests to complete, and new enemies to defeat. Hi everyone, today I am back with another video on top 10 open world games for Android and iOS 2020. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get started with number 10. We have Afterschool Simulator. This is a third-person school simulator game where you have to play the role of a school student whose name is Yamada and try to solve a mystery about the appearance of a monster from another world. You have to fight with zombies and topple your enemy from the other world. You can also freely explore the whole city with a variety of vehicles like scooters, cars, and trucks. But if I talk about its graphics, then the graphics are decent. But there's lots of glitches and bugs in the game. The map is incomplete and controls are lagging. However, the developers are working on the game to try and make it bug-free. Let's move on to number 9 and talk about Farming Simulator 2020. It's the 2020 edition of the Farming Simulator series, which gives you a mundane and realistic simulation of life working on a farm. The gameplay of Farming Simulator 20 is pretty self-evident. Most of the things you would expect to do on an actual farm are present here. You tend to the fields, raise livestock, and sell the crops in order to buy upgrades and new equipment. There isn't a lot of depth to the mechanics. The idea is mainly to chill out, relax, and enjoy seeing your farm expand over the course of time. Down to number 8, we have Sky Children of Light. It's a free roaming adventure with a smattering of puzzling and a dollop of social multiplayer. You're one of the titular children, locating spirits and returning them to the stars. Anyone who claims that video games aren't art will have to seriously rethink their values after experiencing Sky. The world, character design, and animation work is almost as breathtaking as Keanu Reeves, with its billowing clouds, the soft glow of candlelight, and rolling green hills. More impressively though, the gameplay blew us away even more. Moving around and interacting with the stunning world just feels so expressive. Let's move on to number 7 and talk about Hassel 1977. This is a top-down open-world game where you have to hack different data centers in a Baltic city. With cars, guns, and skirmishes, you can explore the city with a variety of vehicles and kill other opponent players who try to hack the data server. If I talked about its graphics, then it's just okay, not so good. But the control is very accurate, and the story of the game is that government forces have transported data servers on an airplane to a new storage hub. But due to strange events, these servers were thrown out of the airplane while flying over the Baltic City. Now you have the opportunity to hack them and collect the data before it's hacked by other online players. Down to number 6, we have Taxi Sim 2020. It's an offline open-world taxi driver game. In this game, you get behind the wheel of a car and perform various tasks as a taxi driver or the driver of a private trader. The game offers 30 different cars from mid-range to sports cars. The game also offers huge cities such as New York, Miami, Rome, or Los Angeles. You can change your driving style depending on the needs of the passengers. If a passenger is in a big hurry, then it will drive you on a green or red light. Players can earn generous payments for the work done and advance to the next level with VIP clients. Let's move on to number 5 and talk about Streets of Fire. This is an open world game with high texture graphics in the same style as GTA. I played this game so I can tell you the pros and cons. First, the game has a huge map that allows you to go anywhere, steal vehicles, and do anything that you want. But there are no missions and no storylines, which makes the game a little boring. Second, the game is still under development, which is bad news because more than half of the city is locked. The only thing that you can do in this game is free roam in the city and enjoy the view. Down to number 4, we have Journey. Visually, Journey is beyond stunning. The art direction really carries the game even on older devices like iPad Air 2. Journey has you playing as a robed figure exploring a massive desert. Your aim initially seems to be to reach a mountain that's always visible to you. Journey's story is told through a few cutscenes spread across the experience without any voices. Journey uses the ecstasy-based economy to craft an emotional arc across its entirety, as well as to emphasize individual moments. Your scarf grows longer and longer, but a frightful encounter with a terrible ribbon monster turns your rippling shawl into a mere stub. Overall Journey on iOS is a must-play if you've never played it before. Down to number 3, we have Oceanhorn 2. The game takes us into a fascinating and evocative world which pays homage to the atmosphere of The Legend of Zelda while trying to find its own identity. Gameplay involves exploring a world while completing missions. There are enemies to fight and items to collect, with the occasional puzzle to solve. It's real-time combat, not turn-based. You won't need to carefully strategize how to defeat each monster, just run in and start hacking. Which isn't to say there's no strategy. If you take on more enemies than your character can handle, he'll end up dead. Let's move on to number 2 and talk about Pascal's Wager. It's a console-style action role-playing open-world game with a level of scope. Pascal's Wager features a dark fantasy that is extremely similar to From Software's original Dark Souls. But rather than create your own character, you can pick and switch between several of them to best suit your situation. In the game, the world is shrouded by dark mist, where the light is dim and mysterious. The people there have become lunatics, and no one knows why. On the 16th of January, the game launches on iOS and is already available for pre-order. However, the official website of the game still lists the Android version as coming soon, so it seems Android users will have to wait. Finally, at number 1, we have Ylands. It's an open-world sandbox game developed by Bohemia Interactive. Ylands gives players the ability to create, explore, and survive all in one title. Players can try their hand at living on the lands by scavenging for food and resources, or go into creative mode and make towering buildings and structures, or just roam around the island with a big propeller. Gameplay is similar to titles like Minecraft. Ylands aims to be a sandbox game with some neat little twists. Not only can you manipulate the geographical features of the world, but with enough integrity, you can even create ships and other vehicles. That's it for this one. Just a quick overview, but definitely be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already for more new game content coming up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.